Hi guys, welcome back to a new video. I hope you're excited for your first semester. Finally, you can call yourself an engineer. So, before starting your first semester, you must be very confused about the academic flow, what exams you'll be having, what is the passing criteria, how your grades will be affected by your marks. So, in this video, we'll covering all of that. So, let's begin the video. Just a second. Yeah. So, what we will be covering in this video. So, first, we have the academic flow. So here I'll talk about the exams and assignments. I will also talk about the additional learning thing. Second is the passing criteria. So what is the passing criteria and what to do if you fail. I hope that doesn't happen. Anyhow, moving on, we have the grading system. So how your grades will be assigned based on your marks, how your CGPA will be calculated, and then you will be giving out contact details so that you can take help from your seniors directly. Okay, so about me, my name is Pratham Malik. I am a second year BTech IT student from VIT Vellore. So I am a student from Vellore. I know how things work out. Now, here's the thing to keep in mind. If you cannot understand any part, then there is nothing to worry. Now, this can be very confusing and complex to understand how the grading system works, how your subjects are divided. We'll talk about it. But if you don't understand any part, you need not worry. Eventually, you will get it. You will understand it. In fact, even many seniors confused in these things. So there's nothing to worry if you don't understand anything in the first place. Okay, so talking about academic flow. So now this is a very important flow diagram. You have your internals, and after finishing internals, you have your final assessment test, which we call as FAT, final assessment test. Now your internal consists of 60% of your total marks, and the rest 40% comes from your FAT. Your internals will be having two CAT. CAT means continuous assessment test. So each CAT carries a weightage of 15%. Other than the CAT, you will be having assignment and quiz, which will depend on your faculty. They can have two assignment, one quiz, two quiz, one assignment. It's completely up to your faculty. However, the CAT is quite standard. You will be having a subjective type paper. Usually, we had subjective type paper, but in the COVID pandemic during online classes, we have a different format. So we will talk about that. But usually, it is a pen paper test. And do keep these words and terminologies in mind, like internal, fat, cat. Internal consists of 60% of marks, fat consists of 40% of marks. Keep all these things in your mind, it will help in further discussion. Additional learning. One thing to note is that most likely this semester additional marks won't be accepted due to the pandemic. Uh, for us, the additional learning is not applied. I'm not quite sure about the upcoming first semester, but I don't think it will be applicable for you guys. So it is additional learning. Even though I will make a separate video on this thing, but just me, I will try to briefly explain it to you. So you can get up to additional 10 marks in your internal, 60% marks. In your internal, you can get more 10 marks. You can get this extra marks by doing online course, publishing a journal, or achieving something significant in a hackathon. Now let's see an example because there's some confusion even in seniors regarding the calculation. So here's an example. Let's say you got 56 out of 60 in your internals, and in your fat you got 35 out of 40. So out of 100, this much you got. Now in additional learning, you got 8 out of 10. So this 8 will be added in your internal 56 marks, and your internal will become 64, but the total marks can be 60. So it will be rounded off to 60%, 60 marks, and then your final score, your eventual score will be your internal will be 60, not 64, only 60, and your fat marks won't be affected. It will be 35 only. So additional learning won't affect your final assessment marks. It will only affect in your internals. But this won't be applicable most likely for you guys. So don't worry about it. And later I'll make a separate video from where you can do additional courses, which hackathons you can participate and all. Now this is course side. Now, this will be very confusing. If you don't understand it, there's nothing to worry, but do try to understand as it might help in forming a strategy for your academics. Now, here are the types of courses. I will say just focus on three types, that is theory only, theory and lab embedded, lab only. So, here is an example of subjects. So, like environmental science, you'll be having in your semester most likely. It is the theory only subject. Engineering chemistry is theory embedded lab, and problem solving programming is lab only. So it basically says what components you have in your course. Now, to understand it better, let's take an example of your chemistry marks. Now, chemistry is a 4 credit course where 3 credits come from your theory and 1 credit comes from your lab component. So your total marks will be theory into 75% plus lab into 25%. So here you might be seeing alphabets like L, T, P, J, C. So what are those? L stands for lecture. So this is theory. That's why I've written L next to theory. T is tutorial. Don't bother about it. Later I will explain in some other video. P means practical. That is lab. J is project. Most likely you won't be having any project in your first semester. So don't worry about it. I'll make a video on that as well. C is a total credit. So basically, it will come into the equation of calculating your marks. That's it. So basically, here in the example of chemistry, you can see that in chemistry, L component is a theory component consists of 3 credits, and for lab, the lab credit will be considered as P by 2. So the P is 2, and half of it will be 1 credit. So the total credit comes to be 4, 3 from theory, 1 from lab, like that. If you cannot understand it, forget it. You will eventually understand it. However, if you could understand it, it might help a bit in your strategy of preparation. Now the passing criteria. This is the passing criteria. Firstly, in your internals, the 60% internals, there is no pass mark. In your FAT examination, you will have to score 40% of the total FAT marks. And in combined FAT and internal, you should have a minimum of 50% marks. Now, what if you fail? What if you cannot, for some reason, you fail? You will have to re-register for the course in the subsequent semester. However, you need not do the entire course, but only do the component in which you failed. Let's understand this with an example. Let's say a student scored 45% in chemistry theory component. Hence, he failed. He could not satisfy the criteria of minimum 50% marks. So he failed in theory component. However, in lab component P, he scored 80%. So he has passed in the lab component. The student need not do the lab component again. He will only have to do the theory component. Okay, so let's talk about the grading system. So you have the grades in VIT. So like your school, you have A, B, C, D, E, and here's an exceptional grade that is S. For fail, there are 2 grades, F and N. So let's understand the difference between the 2 failing grades, F and N. So here the difference between F and N. You will get an F if you fail to clear individual component in FAT. So which basically means you get less than 40% in your FAT, final assessment test. The other criteria is if you get an F, that means the sum of FAT and internal is below 50% mark. Now we'll get an N grade if you get debarred due to lack of attendance. So if you have less than 75% of attendance, you will get an N grade if you're absent during FAT for some unnecessary reason or unexplainable reason. And if you get debarred due to indiscipline or malpractice, you will get an N grade. Now the types of grading system. In UIT, there are 2 kinds of grading system mainly. First is absolute grading, where your grade won't depend on the marks of your peers. Your grade will completely depend on your own marks. Example is like problem solving, programming, aptitude, English. These are the courses most likely you will be having in your first semester, and these are absolute grading system. Now coming to relative grading system, here your grade will depend on class average and class standard deviation. I will explain the calculation in detail in a while. Example could be calculus for engineers, engineering chemistry, engineering physics. Most subjects in VIT are relative grading, so where your grade will depend on class average and standard deviation. So here is an example of absolute grading system. Actually, this is a screenshot from my, uh, you can say, course card or whatever. So here you can see for S grade, marks required is more than 90, for A, 80 to 90, and so on. So whatever marks you get corresponding to that, you get the corresponding grade. Here your grade won't depend on the marks of your peers. Coming to relative grading system, Here is the formula. So basically, if your marks falls like this, here sigma means the standard deviation. You might know it. You must have studied statistics for your 12th class, and your mean. Now here's one modification. This is actually a screenshot from VIT website. So here for S grade, which is the highest grade, you have to fulfill this criteria, that is marks greater than or equal to mean plus 1.5 multiplied by standard deviation, and have a minimum of 90% marks. It has been updated to 80% as of now. Since last 2 semesters, that's what I'm seeing. um, and here's the rest of it. Now CGPA calculation, I've done a type over here, I've edited. So here are the grades and corresponding scores. So if you get an S grade, you will get a score of 10, for A 9, so on. And if you fail, you get a score of 0, you will have to redo the course. Now, how the CGPA is calculated. Now, here's an example. Actually, a senior of mine in my first semester uh, WhatsApp made this example. So just copy pasted it. So let's say you have this subjects, uh, physics, French, C programming, multivariable environments, whatever. For physics, to get in grade A, the credit, I discussed about credit earlier, the credit is 3. For French, credit is 2, your grade is A. Now your CGPA will be your score multiplied by credit, the addition of that divided by total number of credits. So for physics, I got an A, the score is 9, multiplied by the number of credit, that is 3, plus the score of French, which is 9 again as of A, credit is 2. After doing all the summation, I will divide it with the total number of credits. So 3 plus 2 plus 4 plus 3 plus 3. So this will be my CGPA. Moving on. So now, if you need some more help from seniors directly, we will be providing that help to you. So do join our Telegram group. The link will be in the description. You can join our other social media groups as well. So here, your seniors will be answering your doubts. We'll be providing certified courses for free. So there are websites like Progate, Udemy, Coursera, which eventually provide their courses for free. So basically, they are providing coupons for 100% discount. So we know from where to get it, and we will share this links to you. We will be providing you study materials. Seniors will be providing you previous year question paper. Now, VIT 360 is a big group of seniors, so there are students from all different branches. So they are very much eager to help you out. And thank you for watching. If you have any question, comment down below. If you don't want to ask a doubt openly in our Telegram group or on our or in the comment, you can privately ask us in our Instagram page. You can DM us. The link will be in the description below. Follow our all social media handles for updates. We will come up with more interesting content, like how to prepare for your first semester. We will specifically talk about the subjects that you will be taking in your first semester, how to prepare from those, where to prepare all those things. And there are many interesting content that you do not want to miss. And hence subscribe to our channel if you don't want to miss any of those contents. So thank you for watching.